happening, gang? It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. Today we got another huge update. Now you guys could probably already tell it is going down. Just by that title alone, guys, you're definitely going to want to see this one. So we got another epic meltdown coming for those ladies on the set. ABC's The View. I've told you once before, if they're not fighting amongst each other, the ladies around that table are fighting with the guests. They're bringing on and inviting onto the show. It is no different in today's update. We got Bill Clinton stopping by and things going terribly wrong, guys. I'm excited to get into it, so we're not straight into it. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Before we even get into it, you guys, hit that like button, also hit that subscribe button for your boy. And without further ado, let's hop straight into it, folks. Check this one out.
Of President Biden to preemptively pardon any potential targets. What about your wife, Hillary Clinton? She apparently is on Kash Patel's list.
For what?
Yeah.
For what?
They got a problem with her because first, she didn't do anything wrong.
Of course.
Second, she followed the rules exactly as they were written.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta stop you there. She didn't do anything wrong. She followed the rules as written. I mean, come on, you guys. Who is this guy lying to? He's not lying to anyone but himself. Who actually believes that? I mean, didn't his wife go out and literally smash her electronic device, her computer, into little bits when subpoenaed for evidence? I mean, is that not illegal? Come on, you guys. She didn't do anything wrong.
Of course.
Second, she followed the rules exactly as they were written.
Mm-hmm.
Third, Trump's State Department found... Remember how the emails were such a big issue in 2016? Trump's State Department found that Hillary sent and received exactly 0 classified emails on her personal device.
The emails were, oh my goodness. She deleted all the evidence, Bill. I mean, come on.
0 classified emails on her personal device. It was a made-up, phony story.
Yeah.
So, you know, I guess if Kash Patel is determined to make one up, he could do it. But I think if President Biden wanted to talk to me about that, I would talk to him about it. But I don't think I should be giving public advice on the pardon power. I think it's a very personal thing. But it is, I hope he won't do that.
Yeah.
See, hey, he wanted to say in the back of his mind, it is in the back of my mind. I'm definitely thinking about going to old Joe and seeing if he can't pardon my wife, because he knows she was completely out there in the left field. She didn't do anything wrong. And then for these ladies to be absolute yes men, do you hear them when he speaks? They're They're in agreement to every single word that comes out of his mouth. It's actually insane to hear.
But it is, I hope he won't do that.
Yeah.
Trump, you know, most of us get out of this world ahead of where we'd get if all we got was simple justice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's normally a fool's errand to spend a lot of time trying to get even.
Yeah, agreed.
But if he pardons them, that sort of implies that they did something wrong, which they didn't.
Well, I have a question actually about
They did something wrong.
Not necessarily.
about your wife, Mr. President. Democrats have run 2 formidable female presidential candidates, and unfortunately, our glass ceiling has cracks in it, but it's still intact. Why is that, and why do you believe a Republican woman is more likely to shatter it, as you said recently?
Because
Here we go, guys. He's about to say something very well. When they do that, and I've found a lot of these folks on the left, when they're about to conjure up just a crazy explanation or reasoning behind their stance, there's always that long pause before. Well, because, you know what I mean? It's never, they don't ever just go straight into their point. It's always that pause.
Shatter it, as you said recently.
Because the impulse to say a woman probably shouldn't be president comes more from the right than from the left in the brain.
What?
It's an impulsive thing. And I think that if you just got normal circumstances, Angela Merkel, for example, in Germany was a terrific leader. And she was in the center-right party. But I also believe that, for example, if in the very close race that President Obama and Hillary ran in 2008, if she had won that race, I think she would have walked in because she was the first woman in New York ever to serve on the Armed Services Committee in the Senate because of the record she had in trying to help construct a military for the 21st century and because of her domestic record for New York after 9/11. And
President
Children.
Obama said it best. She was the most qualified person that has ever run for the office. No shade to you.
There's no doubt. But
Here we go, guys. They're talking about if what could have been, a shoulda, woulda, coulda. I mean, come on. That's in the past. She didn't run at that time, and when she did run, she lost. I mean, come on. Let's just be real with ourselves. This is another way to cope with where they're trying to cope with their loss and make excuses for themselves. Also make an excuse for why Kamala lost in the way she did, trying to blame it all on the right.
if you're an alienated voter and you're genuinely worried about your family's financial security or your personal security, then the last thing you want is somebody who's well qualified. That's why historically in our country, the well qualified people didn't necessarily get to be president because it means you did a good job in a job you had before. But if you think the total sum of impact of government action is negative, then you may not want somebody who's well qualified.
Interesting.
And that's the danger we're at now because
Yes.
it actually does matter if you know things.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to be funny or cute. I think it really does matter.
Ironic.
And, you know, when
I think Bill's kind of telling on himself or his party a little bit here, where he's saying you would rather have someone who's underqualified for the job up there so you can manipulate them, essentially, is what I'm getting from it. You guys could correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like he's literally painting the picture of Kamala. You know, they wanted to get her in there so they could toy puppet and they could be running the show behind the scenes, kind of like what we got right now.
I was elected, I was the second youngest person, but also at the time the senior governor in America.
Yeah.
Yep.
And what did that mean? That meant I had made a ton of decisions,
Right.
and some of them were wrong. And if I was the least bit self-aware, I tried to figure out what caused me to make the mistakes I made, how I could avoid doing it again. So experience really does matter, but you got to remember that in a highly emotional time, experience can actually be a negative.
Wow.
And it's interesting because you wouldn't do it. You were talking about your husband.
Yeah.
If Whoopi and I had an attack of sepsis today,
Yes.
which, you know, a lot of people have, and they rushed us to the hospital, we wouldn't be there saying, we've agreed, we want somebody that doesn't know one thing about sepsis to help us get over that.
Exactly.
But
And
we
yet-
do feel that way about politics
Politics.
Yeah.
if we think the system as a whole is not working.
Hey guys, that concept right there, I'm just trying to wrap my head around it, but it only leads me to just think that they want someone that could be easily manipulated or, you know, puppeted around in that seat, you know, and Donald Trump is the exact opposite, and it's why it just drives him so, because he can't be manipulated. He's solid in his stance, all of his positions. I mean, come on, you guys, it just doesn't make sense.
Politics.
Yeah.
If we think the system as a whole is not working for us.
So my question to you is you spent most of your post-presidential life fighting for causes like global HIV and AIDS treatment, disaster relief, and making school kids healthier here at home. Why?
And this is something that's really been just grinding my gears throughout this whole video. Like, I'm just trying to think, this guy has the craziest track record, his history, and then some of the things that have been floated out there that, you know, has happened in his past, not confirmed. But I won't get into that because, you know, we're not trying to go down that road. But I'm just saying, like, this guy, wasn't he impeached for something, intern, you know what I mean? Something like that. And these ladies are just so high up on this guy. It's crazy to believe that they would get on board for someone who cheated on his wife, you know what I mean? And then it's got all kinds of other accusations out there. This just, they try to make these guys look so good, but when you really think back, it's just like,
Here,
ugh.
here at home. What made you decide that was the way to go?
Well, I was young. I had a lot of energy, and America has been so good to me.
See?
I mean, I'm the luckiest person you'll ever meet.
Yo, there we have it, guys. And I'm just not too high up on this guy, Bill Clinton. I mean, the way he's trying to, cover up for not only his wife, what his track record, his past is. I'm not buying this whole Cinderella story like this guy is just some perfect guy. We all know his track record, the dark history. I don't even have to get off into that. And then for him to go and say that his wife has done nothing wrong, no crimes, and then he's boasting on Donald Trump. His investigations found 0 classified emails in her personal computer or laptop. I mean, come on, you guys. It's also phony. It's also fake. You can tell. You can kind of tell that when these folks they're shaking. They're not really as confident as what they're trying to put themselves off as. When he speaks on that pardon from Biden, saying that he doesn't need it, his wife doesn't need it because she's done nothing wrong. I don't know if I could buy that all the way. I think it's a little bit of fake hubris. He's not really that confident or high up on his horse to believe that Donald Trump won't go through, or his DOJ officials won't go through, open up that door, investigate into her a little bit further, because the whole destroying of evidence thing, I'm not sure how she got off that in the first place, guys. But definitely hop in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. It was very interesting to see the way these ladies were just nodding and bobbing their head the entire time. That no rebuttal whatsoever. They didn't go against one word. Bill Clinton said an entire segment. Actually insane. Might be a record, but hop in the comment section, guys. Let me know what you're thinking. Also, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you'd enjoy more content like this, catch you guys on the next one.